Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is your boy, Bad Drivers of Napa Valley. How are y'all doing tonight? Well, we're going to do something a little bit different tonight. We'll start off with the normal Q&A. If you guys have questions for me. I see that the group is still small here for those of you viewing. Doesn't indicate that this live stream is actually live. It says 5 waiting instead of 5 viewing. Interesting. Well, it's a lovely day over here. A little on the cool side. But, okay. No, it's updated. 13 watching. We are live. Good. I don't have to do my intro all over again. Not that it was much of an intro to begin with. But a little bit later on here, as soon as he gets off work and is ready to join us, he'll be jumping in. I'm going to have DCE, DashCamExtraordinaire. He dashcams... Ooh, where does he dashcam exactly? He dashcams in Southern California, somewhere in the, I believe, greater Los Angeles area, somewhere down there. He'll tell us. I tend to get a little confused about who dashcams where exactly when it comes to Southern California. It seems like Los Angeles and San Diego have kind of like grown together. So you have all these like in-between communities. So it's kind of easy to lose track of what's what. Well, let's just jump right in the Q&A while we're waiting for DCE to show up. How long have I been recording Bad Drivers? Rainbow Dash Camming asks. I've been recording Bad Drivers for the last 7 years, I think it's been now. Yeah, 7 years. Long time. Type of dash cam to use in your videos. I use a forward-facing Rexing V1, which is still the Amazon bestseller dash cam. You can pick it up yourself for, I think it's going for about $100, something like that. Pretty close. My rear camera is a G1W. It's a number of dash cameras using the G1W. Wait for it. I forgot. I have something that I always get when I'm doing a live stream. Hang on a second. And there it is. My night is complete. So, Bad Drivers of North Central Maryland asks, how are you? I'm doing good. Been busy. I'm actually working on my next video, so I'm just getting all the content together for that. One of my contributors supposedly is going to be sending me some clips via Dropbox. I'm waiting for those. And yeah, you know, I'm sure y'all know what the significance of today is. Today is the deadline to file your income taxes. You have until midnight tonight, your local time, to file your taxes. So I've been busy with that, getting my tax returns, you know, put together, sent off, and I will be getting some money back, state and federal, so that's nice. I use TurboTax, makes things nice and easy. All right, what do we have here? Bad Drivers of the Hampton Roads area asks, or says, Napa, I'm still waiting to be in one of your live streams. I'll have to catch you in a future one. This is kind of an unusual stream tonight. We're going to be talking about DCE's anti-distracted driving campaign a little bit and what that entails. And we'll be talking about distracted driving and other bad driving related topics. Somebody's Venice Bloom wondering if you are still planning to upload. Of course I am. I will always be uploading. You know, I think I found a new day of the week and time that I'm going to stick to these uploads. think I'm going to do early Friday mornings. And for those of you on the East Coast, would be seeing them in your subscription feed probably about 6 o'clock your time, 6 a.m. your time. So just want to get them out early so you guys can see them. First thing. Let's see what other questions we have here. What is the worst driver I've ever seen? I don't know. I've seen a lot of bad ones. It's kind of hard to say which one was the worst, but off the top of my head, I'd have to say, what was it? It wasn't Meth Head Mary. It wasn't Crackhead Kathy. It was PCP Patricia. I'd say that was the one featured in my recent video. I'd have to say was one of the worst ones I've seen in a long time. Would I say that drivers are getting bad or worse? I would say, well, it's hard to say because there are more cars on the road than there used to be. If you're talking about per capita, I'm not so sure that they're getting worse. But if you talk about just in general, are we seeing more of it? I think we are. But like I said, I don't know if we're seeing more bad drivers per capita. You know, if you look at the statistics, well, I think nationwide, I want to say the number of crashes has actually gone down. Some of that could be compensated for by the fact that there are a lot of safety technology incorporated in vehicle technology now, like lane discipline, collision avoidance. The feature that if it thinks you're about to get into a collision, the car applies its brakes automatically. Backup camera, that sort of thing. Some of that may be compensated for by that, but the number of cars on the road, I believe, is increasing. So, you know, I've asked people who've been around a long time if they what things were like back in the day, and the answer I get is that people were just as bad back then as they are today. Although things have changed. I mean, obviously we have more distracted driving now with cell phones. But also back then we didn't have as strict of laws about certain things. You know, I think the drunk driving laws were a little more lax. I'm only talking about my state, though. And other things. Rainbow Dash Gaming. Oh, Dash Gaming, not camming. Okay, so in one video where delivery truck cut you off, how was the driver now? Well, I know he wasn't fired, and that was never my intention to have him fired. I just wanted them to remind him to be more careful. He had to take a safety course at his company, but you know, he didn't lose any money, and that's good. You know, as long as he learned to be more careful, I think all is well. So he's still with the company. No, Nate Hayes is asking if I've ever been in a crash. I've never been in a crash, even before this channel. A long time ago, I was rear-ended fairly mildly by a lady who wasn't paying attention. I was stopped at a red light, and she nailed me from behind, but didn't cause any damage. That's the only crash I've ever been involved in. I've been driving for 22 years, long time, and that's, I guess I've been fairly lucky. Yeah, SoCal Road Cam. Yeah, the number of distracted drivers is going up, but in other areas, other violations seem to be going down. I know in my area, red light running is way down. Kind of sucks. You trade one bad driving habit for another, it seems like. Just going down the list here of questions. I have a little hard time keeping up here. I'm just reading your comments in the sidebar. Okay. So some of you are asking how to join DCE's campaign. When he joins us, feel free to ask him. We'll be talking about that, about how you can join, what you can do. Okay, I just got a text from DCE. He'll actually be ready in a little bit. Oh, that was at 7:34. That was 7 minutes ago, so that's kind of old news. Hello, Austin. Glad you made it. Hello, SoCal. Glad you made it. And glad everyone else made it here. Had to take a swig of that. Yeah, I don't have any Napa Valley wine tonight, so I'm having to have a beer instead. I'm actually a little bit more of a beer drinker than I am a wine drinker. Yeah, I usually have to be in the mood for wine. And then it depends on what kind of wine it is that was put in front of me. Yeah. I'm just kind of like numb to the whole wine culture. And it's funny because I live right here, basically in the capital of the wine industry in the country. Not the world. I think Europe, especially Italy, has us beat in that area. And Italy and France. But as far as the continent here, Napa Valley is the capital of the wine industry. And arguably of the culinary industry as well. So, wow, somebody almost rear-ended SoCal today when she was turning right. What do you want to bet that person was on the phone? Or following too close? Could be one of the two. Yeah, somebody mentioned Walnut Creek and Lafayette. I'm going to be heading down that way soon. Yeah. Every time I've been through Walnut Creek, and we're talking about the East Bay of the San Francisco Bay Area, that would be about an hour south of, no, not even an hour south of me, like 45 minutes maybe south of me. I've always managed to see bad drivers there. Sonoma compared to Napa Valley, yeah, that's Sonoma's our rival. You ask two different people, you'll probably get two different answers. So maybe I'm biased living here in the Napa Valley to say that we're a little ahead of the title of being capital of the wine industry of the wine industry compared to Sonoma. But I assume that's what you're asking, SoCal, when you say, what about Sonoma compared to Napa Valley? Police on bikes. Yeah. Well, actually, our police department, they do their beats sometimes on foot. So all they, just especially downtown where traffic's not really moving that quickly, and they can just be walking along and see somebody on their phone, and kind of like in Stanley Roberts videos where some of those officers are either on bike or they're just happen to be walking and see somebody on their phone, or they'll do a specific type of patrol in one area on foot. You see that a lot in San Francisco. Am I religious? I am not. No, not at all. My family used to be. My parents were religious until I was 6 years old, and then that was kind of it. Yeah. Yeah, those beat patrols on foot and bike, that's a great idea. Yeah, I actually don't hardly actually see any enforcement where I am, or I'm just never in the right place at the right time. You know, I don't see cars pulled over that often. It's very rare. I'd like to see more of that, given all the bad drivers we have around here. Yeah, almost like parking enforcement. Now, they are pretty good about enforcing people parking in red zones illegally, people parked illegally in disabled parking spots, double parking. That's a big thing around here. Yeah. Stanley's the best. I love his videos. He's been doing that for years. Forget how long People Behaving Badly has been around. I think it's been around, I'd like to say 6 years. He's been doing his People Behaving Badly segment. Might have actually started his segment long before YouTube, where it was just airing on the news every night. Gave up on double parking in New York City? Wow, yeah, it's very common in big cities to see people double parked. Cinemasons? No, never heard of it. Never heard of that. Come on, keep the questions rolling here. If there's anything you want to know about me, within reason. Oh, hello, Kristen. Here I am waving back, although you can't see anything because my camera's not hooked up, but you'll have to take my word for it. I am waving to you. I'm glad you could tune in tonight. Okay, what else we have here? All right. What topic should I explore next? Talked a little bit about traffic enforcement, different methods for patrolling. We talked about how long I've been dash camming. And you know, it's funny. You'd think after dash camming for 7 years that I would have captured a crash or something. It's like every other dash cammer seems to capture crashes fairly regularly, and I still haven't after 7 years. I mean, I did catch one crash, though, in the distance, but it was so far away, it barely counts as anything. I don't remember which video it was. Whoever can find it gets $1 million.
Hello?
Because, hey, DCE, I'm glad you could make it.
Oh, boy. Hold on. Let me turn on the video.
I hear little DCE.
Okay, yeah. Say hi, Mish. Say what up.
But little DCE.
Okay, yeah. Say hi, Mish. Say what up.
Oh, and be sure to mute your YouTube.
It's weird. I can't hear.
But yeah, in my in that video I was talking about, I like cropped it because the accident happened like a half mile in front of me, and I had to crop the video so that you could sort of see it. You could see like these pixels kind of like spinning. It was like the vehicle that crashed was episode 59. Oh, okay. Well, I didn't realize I put that in the title. I was kind of lying about the like $1 million
the
thing.
vehicle that crashed was episode 59. Oh, okay. Well, I didn't realize I put that in the title. I was kind of lying about that. The vehicle that crashed was.
Yo. Hey, mute your YouTube window.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't realize I put that in the title.
Just the YouTube window. Yeah. There you go. You got it. Okay, so how you doing this evening? Oh, he's not there. Okay. Little technical difficulties. We'll get him on here. Just be patient, guys. All right. Yeah, so go to episode 59 and look for that crash that I barely captured. And I don't even remember what happened. I know that a truck spun around, got hit and spun around, and then we had to navigate around the crash since it had just happened, and there was no one directing traffic at the time. It was on a very busy freeway. But other than that, I've got nothing. Oh, I didn't know that, SoCal. Did not know that. I gotta send DCE a text. Hang on. Hang on, guys. Oh, okay. All right. I think I hear him again.
So,
hello. Yep, he's in. He muted himself though. DC, if you can hear me, yeah, don't mute yourself in the Google Hangouts window, just in the YouTube window. Window just in the YouTube window.
Yo.
Yeah, it sounds like you're with us.
Yeah, I can't.
I put my earphones in here.
Can't hear anything. Can you hear me?
You're with us. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I can't.
I sure can. Can you hear me? Uh-oh. I am not hearing anything now. Oh, you muted yourself in the Google window. Or your microphone dropped out or something. Okay. Hello, William. Oh, no, wait a second. I seem to remember a crash with a turning semi. Did you post that video, SoCal? Or am I thinking of a different dash camera? Oh, sorry to see you have to take off, SoCal. Have a good night at work. Austin. You're going to have to talk to the manager for your money back. Okay, that was a different dash camera. I wasn't sure of that. Okay. Any more questions there in the sidebar? No? I think there's a 30-second delay. Just keep that in mind. The supervisor. Thank you, ThinkPad. A new video supposedly coming out Friday. I hope, if all goes well. I'm going to be actually upgrading my computer system soon. I can't wait for that. I got kind of an old computer here. Yes, I actually have been out of the country. I've been to Canada. That was fun. Been to Vancouver. William, my day was busy. I worked a lot today and got my taxes done. I hope everyone else did. There's nothing like waiting till the last minute, right? Oh gosh, norovirus. That's the worst. That is the absolute worst. I understand that. You know, I've never had it. There are certain blood types. Oh, hang on a second. The YouTube window, I can't hear you. Hang on. I'm texting DCE here. When I mute the YouTube window, I can't hear you. Okay. People with certain blood types are partially or completely immune to norovirus. That's an interesting fact. Certain A and B blood types. I must be one of them because I have never, ever had norovirus, ever. And that usually explains why some people get it and some people never do. But I've heard it's pretty bad. And I'm glad that my videos were able to give you a little bit of, get your mind off of it for a bit. Do you watch Snowcat? I'm not able to watch all of his videos. I'm so busy, I'm not able to watch as much as I'd like, but I do watch some, probably most, yeah, but not quite all. Yeah. Yes, that's true. O is the most susceptible. You are absolutely right. Yeah. So I'm either B or AB. Most likely. What else do we have here? Since you asked. Oh, I didn't realize you had SoCal. Didn't realize you had that that school down there. That's the one in Long Beach, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, no worries. You get off to work and send, you know, you can email me whenever you have time. No worries. Just make sure you're not late for work. Okay. Yeah, Sony Vegas is a really good program. It's really become quite popular for YouTubers. Okay, guys, I'm going to have to call DCE. I think this I can help him work out the technical difficulties he's having here. So just pardon me for a moment. Talk amongst yourselves. I'm going to give him a call here. Yes, that's right. Disable resample.
There it goes.
Oh, you got it?
Yeah.
Oh, I was just calling you, actually. I don't know if your phone rang.
No. I got it. Sorry, man.
I dialed it, and I'm like, okay, I'll help him through this. Cool. Well, I'm glad you're here.
No, thanks for the invite, man.
Of course, of course. I know that you have a campaign that you wanted to discuss and get out there so that so that they all know what it's about and perhaps how they can join or help you out. And I thought this would be a good opportunity to do that.
No, yeah, thanks, man. It's like I said when I sent you that message, it's I know I shouldn't watch the news to begin with, but the last couple weeks, man, have just been completely really depressing. For a while, I kept up with my local police department's website on collisions as far as pedestrians and just mainly just focused on that. And there was a lot that happened in the city of Escondido that didn't make the headlines, of course. You know.
I was going to ask for a reminder about where your dash cam is. I knew it was in Southern California, but there's so many communities down there. It's so hard to keep it straight.
Yeah.
About who's where. You're in Escondido, you said.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And where is that exactly? I could look it up. I could Google it, but
it's like basically if you're it's like on the outskirts of like San Marcos, Oceanside, Carlsbad. It's like further inland from there.
Okay. Are you kind of like between Los Angeles and San Diego?
Negative.
No.
No, Okay. Yeah, we're closer to the border.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's right. It took me a while to visualize where Escondido is, and now I've got it.
Yeah.
Got it in my head where that's at, but I'm very visual, so I'm gonna actually look right now on a map. But so anyway, so you were keeping up with your local police department?
Yeah, just as far as the collisions go and all that, and that's I don't know if you guys could hear that, but that's the sound that I get to listen to now is toy books going off. Pretty fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, it really just shocked me, to be honest with you, because just hearing about all the pedestrian deaths that happen in the city, I mean, I literally had no idea. It was it's just been really, really bad. And it got to the point to where it got just where my daughter's daycare is. There was a young teenage couple that happened to get in a collision due to a drunk driver, and they both died. So I see their memorial every single time I drop her off at daycare, and it's just kind of I don't know. It's just kind of a reminder, like, you know, I don't get why people do that. So it's
carelessness, selfishness, the whole bit. And the temptation of technology, cell phones, and
and whoa, hey, what's up, Glad? That's not that video that he uploaded yesterday or last night, just, you know, like when I was just like, you know, what are people gonna learn? Like, never, you know. It's just, you know, all this technology being jam-packed in the cars to help prevent that type of thing. It's just, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if that's like a touchy subject for some people, as far as, you know, having all that technology, you know, jam-packed in vehicles.
I mean, I can tell you that for me, it's kind of a double-edged sword. On one hand, it does help. It does make things safer, you know, in the short run. But in the long term, I think it kind of makes drivers lazy.
Yeah.
Kind of they're not on their best guard because they're so used to technology doing the work for them, the being conscientious behind the wheel and diligence. It kind of takes that away, takes away the diligence. And so when that technology goes down, fails, or they get a car that doesn't have that technology anymore, now they've completely forgotten, oh, I need to look over my shoulder when I change lanes or back up.
Yeah.
They're so used to having a camera check all that for them.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a double-edged sword for me. Yeah. I'm not completely against it, but I'm not all the way for it either. But that's just me. That's just me.
Yeah, it's, I mean, I've actually seen, that blind spot detection, like, on people's like mirrors. And I find it so funny. Even when that light goes off, they could still cut me off. Sure. I don't get it. Like, yeah, I'm not in your blind spot, but you're still gonna cut me off like bad. Like, what?
But I think it comes down to we shouldn't have to have that technology.
Yeah.
If people did their part, they wouldn't need it. I've been driving for 22 years, and I've never caused a crash. I've never been in a crash, except for I got bumped moderately hard from behind by someone not paying attention when I was stopped at a red light. But other than that, I haven't been in any. I don't have any tickets, and that's because I'm very careful not to do something wrong. I'm not saying I'm definitely not perfect. I've made mistakes, some bad ones, but I try very hard not to make them.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Again, I think if we all did our part and did the right thing, we wouldn't really need that technology in the first place.
Yeah, that's true.
But I'm sure my viewers in the sidebar can talk about how they feel, whether they agree or not. So I'm just keeping a read on the sidebar chat here as we're talking. Sometimes they'll be asking us questions. So does anybody in the excuse me. That's what I get for drinking beer while doing this. I get a little gassy. So so does anybody in the sidebar chat have any questions for DCE? So there's a 30-second delay. It'll be about 30 seconds before they hear the question. So so until they start asking, go ahead and tell everyone what your campaign is about.
Well, it started with an idea that pretty much I was looking through my sub feed after watching the news one night, just completely frustrated when I learned that a lady lost her life, and her 6-month-old was sent to the hospital with critical injuries. And it just, that really hit me hard because it happened in San Marcos, which is a neighboring city from Escondido. So going back to when I was looking through my sub feed, it was DashCam Andy's video that I watched, and he was doing like a single. He doesn't have that many subscribers, and it's just the title that he put on that video really sparked my attention. He called it State of Mind of like this band, but that one phrase really stuck out to me, State of Mind. And I'm like, that might be a pretty good campaign name. But then again, like I said, this is just an idea that I've had, and I would really love to try to jumpstart this. So.
So tell everyone what the focus of your campaign is, or if there's a broad focus, or
the broad focus is just to save lives, man. To be honest with you, I'm really tired of hearing about people dying just because someone's inattentiveness, behind the wheel, or even it goes both ways. It goes with pedestrians. It goes with motorcyclists, anyone that, we all share the road, you know what I mean? And it's up to all of us to do our part. Don't just sit there and, well, that guy's going to see me. So let me just, step out in the middle of the street, or let me just, cross over, 4 lanes of freaking traffic. I mean, it's pointless. I mean, there's really no point to it as far as like people losing their lives, man. I mean, we're
yeah, yeah. Does this focus mainly on distracted driving?
Yes, actually it does, because there's all types of distracted driving.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. It's not just people on their phones.
Nope, it's not just the phone. It's the make-uppers. And you know, I kind of this might sound a little morbid, but I wish that like if I like this one lady that I saw doing her mascara, like her eyelashes. I was like, man, I hope someone brake checks you and just that thing just gets jammed in your freaking eyeball. You know, it's like maybe that'll teach you a lesson.
Yeah, yeah. Or let's not forget about the guy driving down the street heckling pretty girls walking alongside the road. And they're just their heads are completely turned. They're not watching anything in front of them. There have been quite a few accidents by men gawking at women.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I mean, it comes in all forms.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen people shaving, reading a newspaper, freaking what else? Freaking eating a bowl of oatmeal or cereal.
Yep, yep.
I'm just kind of like, dude, are you in your freaking living room right now? Like, what are you doing?
Well, they seem to think they are.
You know, it's just like, man, like you're doing everything else but driving. And here's another thing. I don't know, Napa, how you feel about this, but when I see someone at a stoplight on their phone, for me personally, it drives me absolutely insane.
Yeah,
like
same
I just stare at them and I'm just kind of like, I mean, I've actually called a couple people out, like, you know, telling them like, hey, just put your phone down. And you know what I get in return? I get either, you know, the FU or, you know, I just get they're like shooing me off, like shoo. And I'm like, it's like, what?
Yeah.
I'm like, how do I know you're not doing that going, you know, 65, 70 down a freaking road or a highway? How do I know you're not doing that?
I don't know if you recall that the video I posted recently within the last couple months. Oh, it's probably within the last month, but there was a girl on her cell phone, and I thought, ooh, this would be a good opportunity to get on the PA system and tell her to put her phone down. So I did. And if anyone in the sidebar remembers which video that is, please post the video number in the sidebar. So it was so funny. The camera didn't pick it up, but as soon as I said, put your phone down, I said it just like that over the PA system. She dropped her phone like a hot potato, and she whipped around really quick, wondering where that came from. It freaked her out. But it was mission accomplished because I got a distracted driver to put her phone down.
No, that's freaking awesome. If I had a PA system, Napa, I'd get arrested. To be honest with you, I would literally get arrested. I'd be like, attention, chicken head. Attention, chicken head. It'd be so bad, man. It'd be so bad. We have a cell phone usage. What does that say? We have a cell phone usage while driving problem. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. That is very, very true.
Yeah. I think it's a problem nationwide. We have it here too, everywhere.
Well, what states is it still legal in?
Oh, good question. You know, if Halo were here, he'd be able to tell us in a snap.
Yeah, I mean, I really don't know, to be honest with you.
Well, let's Google it here. States where driving, where the cell phone is illegal. Although it's going to pull up a list where it's illegal. It's the list would be easier to tell us what states where it's legal. So let me see here. Total handheld device.
Oh, Maryland, really? In PA, you could talk on the phone but can't text?
Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, it's legal.
Wow.
According to this list, could be wrong, but Arkansas, but except you cannot use a cell phone in school or construction zones in Arkansas. Looks like Colorado, you're not allowed to text or access the internet. Florida, cell phone use allowed while operating a vehicle as long as the sound goes through only one ear. So that's
kind of like the earbud thing that we have. You know what? I still see people with both earbuds in.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Here, they're allowed to have one, but not two earbuds.
Yeah.
If we go down the list here, Georgia, it's legal. Guam, legal. Oh no, excuse me. No, Guam is not legal. Idaho, yep. Although it is listed as a distraction on accident reports, but it's legal in Idaho, legal in Indiana, Iowa. Let me look at although you can't text or access the internet. If you were in Iowa, if you were in a collision and it was proven you were texting and a traffic fatality occurs because of the accident you caused, it is deemed a Class C felony, and you could be put into prison for up to 10 years. Wow. Looks like Kansas, Kentucky, it's legal. I didn't think it was legal in that many states. This is kind of surprising looking at this list. In Louisiana, anybody can, there's no restrictions on that except for learner or intermediate license holders. In Maine, anybody over 18 is allowed to operate a cell phone and drive, including texting. Massachusetts, as long as one hand is on the wheel at all times.
12 o'clock and cell phone.
I know, 12 o'clock only.
12 o'clock and cell phone. That's how it is out here in Cali.
Michigan, Minnesota, legal. Mississippi, Missouri, Montana, Nebraska, and then New Mexico is, except there's a local option by jurisdiction, so it may not be legal in some local jurisdictions within New Mexico. North Carolina, it's legal except for texting. North Dakota, Ohio, Oklahoma, unless you're a learner or intermediate license holder. Rhode Island, South Carolina, although authorities can impose fines and track distractions on accident reports under contributing factors. South Dakota, it's legal. Tennessee, it's legal, except for texting. Texas, legal except texting. Utah, we're almost to the end of the list here, is regulated under distracted driving laws. I'm not sure what that means exactly, so that one seems a little ambiguous. Virginia, as long as you're over 18. I don't know. That they have a kind of a complicated stipulation, which I won't read. But Washington, as long as you're not texting, and it's Washington, it's not legal. Excuse me. Wisconsin, legal unless you're driving through a construction zone, and Wyoming, it's totally legal. So it turns out the list where it is illegal is shorter than the list where it's not. Sadly. So hopefully the other states are rather slow to, because when something is, either outlawed or allowed, like say the legalization of marijuana, other states, start joining the ranks.
Yeah.
Well, how it seems.
Well, even because I know in a lot of other states, well, actually, correct me if I'm wrong, because I follow a lot of motovloggers, especially ones that are in other states, and lane splitting is illegal. The only state that it's legal in is Cali. Right. If someone could correct me if I'm wrong, that would be great, because the last time I heard, it was still illegal in every other state.
Huh. I'm gonna Google.
I really don't know if any other cameras follow motovloggers, but it's just I think I don't know. I think that's kind of a vague topic, because I follow Motopilot, and I actually talked to him about this campaign.
Yeah.
And he said that it was a really good idea, because he said, especially from from the writer's perspective. He's like, because he's like, you know, I see way too many people on their phones, freaking, you know, dogs on their laps, freaking, you know, it's just he said he's over like all that BS, but
yeah,
I really hate all the moto vloggers. Well,
there is actually a good one that, as far as I know, follows every law. He avoids confrontation. You know, if that's one of the criteria for hating motor vloggers. This is Walterific.
Oh, Walterific.
Have you heard of him?
Oh, yeah. I was subscribed to him for a long time.
He seems to be a really good guy.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
That may be the one exception to people who dislike moto vloggers that, you know, get into confrontations regularly.
Well, there's one moto vlogger that I follow. He's from LA.
Yeah.
Called Mr. V-Rod. Give him a shout out right now. Yeah, he's originally from Jersey.
Yeah.
So he is not afraid to freaking call people out, like when he sees them on their phone and stuff like that. And that's one of the things I love about that, like about him and his channel. He's not afraid to like, hey, like, what are you doing? Like his recent video that he uploaded, it was this Prius driver. Now, if some of you guys in the sidebar drive a Prius, no offense to you guys, but he said, yeah, I know, Mish. I'm trying to, you know, tell him the story. Is that okay? Is that okay? Is that okay? Is that okay? But yeah, it was so funny. This Prius driver with tinted windows ran this red light, and then he pulled up right next to him, and he's like, the guy rolled his window down, and he's just like, and he had his earbuds in, and he's just like, you probably can't see colors because your windows are way too tinted, huh? And the guy looked at him like, what? He's like, yeah, he's like, your windows are tinted, so you probably can't see colors. You probably can't see that you're running lights. Dude, it was the funniest thing.
No.
And of course, after that, the guy didn't want to hear it, so he rolled up his window, and he's just like, oh, yeah, roll up the window. Oh, look, you're on your phone. He's like, you don't want to hear this mouth. I could be a bad mouth. Like, he freaking like went off, and I'm like, you know, it's some people just need to be called out, but like now it's like, I know how dangerous it is because we live in a world to where, you know, people could, I mean, you don't know who you're messing with, you know?
That's right. That's right.
That's the scary thing, you know? Right. But at the same time, I mean, I don't want to live in fear like that. Like if I call somebody out like civilly, I mean, that's something different. You know?
All right.
If I'm coming at them like, you know, F you, you know, you stupid, blah, blah, blah. Of course you're going to get a negative reaction. You know what I mean? But it's like, hey, man, like, what are you doing? Like, can you put the phone down, please? I'm like, it's not just your life you're risking. It's mine, too. And everybody else's around you. Have you ever thought about that? You know, like that type of thing. I mean, a little bit like that could go a long way, you know?
Absolutely. I think that's how Walterific handles any kind of conflict he has, though. Of the videos I've watched of his, I haven't seen much of any conflict, but you know, check him out. Oh,
Walterific?
Known for that. Walterific, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this was years and years ago, like when he was trying to say hi to some kids, and it was, like I said, it was a long time ago. Like he knocked on this window and freaking this back window, and I guess the driver, like the dad, just wasn't having it. Like he got out of the car at the stoplight and tried to grab him, and I'm like, Walter's just like, hey, man, like, what are you doing?
He's just trying to have a good time.
You know, yeah, he's just like, what the heck, you know? But and of course, too, it's just like you don't know how people are gonna react. You know what I mean?
That's true.
And that's I mean, it's, I don't know. I try so hard to, you know, like just really keep, you know, my cool. Like I just stare at freaking people. Like when we're in traffic, I just stare at them, and they're on their phones, and I'm like, how long is it taking you to look up? But how long is it taking me to freaking stare at them? You know, it's just like, it's like I just want to just have them have their own freeway. That way they could just
crash into each other, take each other
just
out.
Do away with each other. Like just get them out of here. Like,
it's like how we're always joking over here about, let's just round up all the gangs and deposit them somewhere on an island and let them all kill each other, you know? Instead of terrorizing us and making the streets unsafe and, you know, selling drugs to our kids and all that.
No, yeah, man. I mean, there was I mean, it's been a long time since I've been hit up, but man, I tell you, when I was dating my wife at the time, she lived in a really bad neighborhood in Escondido.
Yeah.
And like I would tell her, I was like, hey man, are you taking a look around? And she's like, I don't look at that. I don't pay attention to that. And I'm like, that doesn't mean they're not paying attention to you.
Right.
Like, you know, and I would get mad dog every time. And there was a few times that when I would go to the 7-Eleven down the street from her house, like I'd go and get like a 6-pack of beer or something, and like there'd be some essays hanging outside. And they'll be like, hey, what's up, essay? Where you from? And I'm like, at the time, man, it's like at the time when we started dating, I was 34 years old, dude. And I just kind of looked at him like, come on, dog. Like, really? I'm like, I just got out of work. I'm just trying to get some beer and have a good time, man. I'm like, what are you doing? And they were like a bunch of 11-year-olds. I'm like, I was like, really? I was like, you got something to prove, right?
Yeah, they're like wannabe essays.
Yeah, and I'm just kind of like, dude, I'm like, yeah, because I looked at him and I'm like, you ain't about that life. I'm like, you ain't about that life, man.
Thug life.
You know, and I just went inside. I came back out and I'm like, you guys have a good evening. And they just kind of looked at me like, what?
That's no one ever says that to us. Have a good
evening. I
evening.
was just like, well, there was one time like I played stupid with them, you know, when they were like, yeah, what's up, essay? And I'm like, essay? Calling me a term paper? Like, what's going on? Of course, they didn't know what the hell I was talking about. And I'm just kind of like, oh, I was like, okay, like, whatever, you know. But, and then, like, one time, like, they tried to offer me, like, some drugs.
Right.
Like, hey, man, you want some PCP? And I'm like, some PVC? Like, piping? And they're like, what? And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like I was completely being just I was playing dumb with them, and they were just like, oh, okay, well, you have a good night. And I'm like, well, no, I need some PVC piping. Like, what's going on? You know, they didn't get it.
They didn't know, over their heads. They have no idea what that is.
But it really doesn't happen that much around here. As far I mean, I know there's gangs around here. I see, like, you know, they tag up all over the place, but I just kind of I try to just, you know, blind it out, but I know it's there just by me not paying attention to it. That doesn't mean it's not there, you know.
Yeah, for Napa being such a small town, we do have quite a gang problem.
Yeah, I was going to ask you
not like an inner city level type of gang problem, but we do have a gang problem. We've got quite a few registered, known registered. I guess that's the right word. I don't know. The way law enforcement keeps tabs on known gang members. I guess I do call them registered gang members. But nonetheless, we do have the essays, which is short for Sureños, and we do have.
Wait, are they norteños? You have Sureños in your freaking area all the way up north?
Yep, we've got Sureños, we've got the Enes, the norteños. We do have them as well.
Oh, you have Sureños way up there? What are Southerners doing way up there?
More in the way of norteños, though, but there are Sureños. I don't know how many of them actually live up here, but they do come up here. I know that.
I didn't know they went up that far.
They have turf wars in a particular neighborhood in Napa. It's like the turf wars are mainly concentrated in one area, but there are like some clashes in various parts of the city where they happen to run into each other and all hell breaks loose. But it's usually contained to certain neighborhoods, which is why a lot of Napa doesn't realize how bad the problem really is, because it's all kind of like hidden in one area. But, you know, these gang members are selling drugs to our kids, you know, high school kids. So it's sort of contained to one area, but it affects everyone.
Yeah.
You know, in ways that we either can't see or more obvious ways. I used to work actually in an office that was close to that neighborhood, and I would hear gunshots, maybe every other night I would hear gunshots. And for a little town of 80,000, and we're talking middle of wine industry where you would think of more kind of snobby rich people, you know, it's kind of surprising to hear about that.
Man.
And it's not even an inner city type of area.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And there have been reported cases of clashes up here with XIVs, Crips, Bloods. Not very often, but
to hear about the freaking Serenios way up there, wow,
yeah,
because that's really up north. I know there's Norteños up there because when my wife and I went to go see or visit Stephanie and her sister, we stopped by her mom's, my mother-in-law's husband's place. And yeah, he lives in San Jose. And yeah, I remember we stopped at this one place and I saw a bunch of dudes wearing red. And I'm like, yep, those are the Norteños. And you know why I know that? I love watching me some Gangland. Yeah, I love watching me some Gangland, man.
Yeah.
I tell you what do you mean, Misha? We watched that show together. And now you're saying you don't like it? Yeah, oh man, there was one episode that I watched, dude, that like literally just gave me freaking goosebumps. And one of the things that I'm just morbidly fascinated with, like when it comes to gangs, is like how old some of them are.
Right.
Some of them are older than freaking us, dude.
Some of them are.
Me, like, holy crap, dude.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, what? They've been around since what?
Yeah. Crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's nuts.
And then the opposite end of the spectrum of the young kids joining.
See,
I mean, some of them are like 7, 8 years old, especially in the more hardcore gang areas. Yeah. They're like joining it before they even know what the hell their life is about. Well, not that a lot of gang members really understand what their life is about anyway, but
no, it's not until they get older, man. I actually happen to be neighbors with a couple of old school vatos, like from LA.
Yeah.
The coolest freaking guys ever. Like they are so freaking humble. Like one of the guys, he's actually a public speaker.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he goes to like our local it's mainly in the city of Escondido that he works in, but he tries to help teenagers that are in gangs. I mean, the guy's all freaking tatted up and just, I mean, super freaking cool guy. And his name is Rudy.
Yeah.
And just how inspiring that he is. Every single time I talk to him, I was like, you ever seen that movie, Rudy?
So he's technically out of the gang, I'm assuming.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. He's
I was going to say, to get public.
Yeah, he's told me so many crazy stories of him like being in prison
but see, here's the thing, he found his way in life, and that way was getting out.
Yeah, and you know what?
I think those that join because they don't know what the hell they want in life, or they have no sense of family, and that's all they know. All they know is the streets.
Yeah, it's just you know, when he was talking to me about like stuff that he, you know, went through in prison, and just like he said his uncle was one of the heads of the Mexican mafia.
Wow.
Like, at the time, and I'm just kind of like, just gangland just came into my head. I'm like, okay, dude. I'm like, I don't see a handprint tattoo on you. Should we be having this conversation? You know, like I was like, whoa. But he told me that, you know, he learned that he's just like, man, he's just like, you know, he's like, I don't know why it took me so long, but he's just like, nah, man. He's just like, that just ain't the life for me.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys, those are pretty scary gangs, especially in the Los Angeles area.
Oh yeah, there are parts where, and if Bad Drivers or Glad, if he's still here, yeah, he is he's got a pair of cojones on him like the size of Texas.
Yeah.
Okay? Because I know a lot of you aren't from Cali, but the streets that he drives and the neighborhoods that he drives through, you don't, yeah. If you don't know where you're going, you don't want to be caught in those neighborhoods.
Yeah.
No way. No way. I mean, I got, when I went to Pennsylvania to go visit that job. Remember, Napa? I was telling you about that job offer that I got in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Yeah. I went over there, like it was in Philly, right? It was like on the outskirts of Philly. Well, stupid me trying to follow a freaking GPS system. Like I am so bad with freaking directions, man. Like if I need to physically see where the heck I'm going before I even go there. Okay. Yeah. I don't care if it's a map, if it's, I could get it. You know what? I could probably follow a Thomas guide better than I could a freaking GPS. Okay. So, but I ended up getting lost in downtown Philly, dude.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. In the ghetto. And I stopped at this gas station, right? Cause I wanted to, you know, try to get some beer, but stupid me, like they didn't sell beer in that gas station. And then I noticed between the cashier and the customer, it was that drawer to drawer hand life. You know, it's a ghetto place when it's that drawer to drawer hand life, dude.
Yeah. My wife and I got lost in Compton in the middle of the night.
Oh, fun.
I'm not kidding.
Oh God, really?
Her first words were, "Don't honk at anybody, no matter how much they screw up and cut us off." So it's not worth it. You have me with you. You ain't taking me down with you if you honk at the wrong person. But for some reason, I didn't really feel threatened. I mean, there were bars on the windows. I've heard the stories about what goes on there.
Yeah.
And how bad it is. But I didn't really get that bad of a vibe. Then again, it was in the middle of the night. I was really tired. And we were trying to find our way back to our hotel in somewhere west of LA, downtown LA. And I don't know how the hell we ended up all the way down there. But this was really before GPSs were commonly found. But anyway, it was we got out alive.
Oh well, no, I'm stoked you guys did, man. Because yeah, I mean, getting lost, especially like in a neighborhood that you don't know. Even when we went up north to like Frisco,
yeah,
like I was taking a look around at the neighborhood and this and that, and like we did get lost. And like it's funny, like my wife was just like, "How come you don't like to ask for directions?" You know, and I'm like, well, because some places, you know, they don't like outsiders coming in. Oh. And she's just like, what are you talking about? And then sure enough, we saw this lady walking her dog, right? Looked really peaceful, you know, this and that. And guess what? My wife asked her, hey, how do we get to this? She just looked at her and she's like, yeah, it's over there. And she's like, what's the street over there? And she straight up told her, you guys aren't from around here. So you guys figure it out.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that didn't surprise me. And Carol's like, oh my gosh, what a bitch. You know, and I'm like, hey, and I'm like, they don't like outsiders, dude. They some people don't like outsiders coming in.
No, they don't.
You know, it's like, I don't know, it's crazy, man.
Yeah.
How did we get on that subject of gang talk?
Oh, let's see. Let's trace back our. Let's see here. What was it? Good question. I don't know. Now, how are the biker gangs down where you are?
I really don't see any. As far, well, bad like biker gangs, like every time I hear the term biker gang, I'm just kind of like, is it bad? I mean, they have biker clubs,
right?
But a lot of them are really respectful. So
good night.
Sure, I've actually even heard that the hardcore biker gangs are respectful to the average Joe. Just don't mess with them or get on their bad side.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like we have Yeah, it can be hard to distinguish just from looks, what is a hardcore biker gang versus what a group of motorcyclists would call themselves a club. And we have a lot of that up here, actually. In fact, there is a Hells Angels chapter in Vallejo, based out of Vallejo. And for anybody who doesn't know where Vallejo is a rather dangerous city, very high crime rate, located about 15 minutes, 20 minutes south of Napa, depending on what your starting point in Napa is. But yeah, I know there's a Hells Angels chapter located there, and they come up Valley all the time. They do actually bring a fair bit of business here. So I can't totally complain. There's, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I just know that if you're ever out here on a weekend, Saturday or a well, especially a Saturday when they're all headed north from, to wherever they're going, and you're on the main highway here, you'll see huge groups of Harleys riding up here with their signature jackets, vests with whatever club or gang they're in. Yeah.
Do they got the three? Yeah. Oh, okay.
Huge groups of them.
They're like a swarm of freaking locusts.
Right. You can hear them from like miles away coming up here. Yeah. It sounds like a thunderstorm. Continuous rumble of thunder. It's really quite interesting, but you never hear about any violence from them or surrounding them. There was only one incident that I recall reading about where a guy on a Harley bust somebody's mirror on purpose, side mirror. But who knows what the whole story is there? But
I mean, I think that's, I guess it kind of touches base, Napa, with the segregation between motorcyclists and, well, they call us cagers,
right?
But I think it's every kind of like like a lot of people hate cyclists because, they're freaking morons. They don't look, they think they own the road. Right. Some people, motorcyclists say the same thing about, cagers and,
we say the same thing about each other. Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's just, it's like an endless cycle. And, I'm not, by any means ashamed that, it's like I'm subscribed to a lot of moto vloggers because I love watching their build series, and I was like, okay, that's a kind of a world that I don't I don't live in. It's just kind of cool to see what they do and how they work on their their bikes and stuff. But it's like I said, I mean, I kind of want to break that segregation too. Like going back to the whole campaign thing, I want to break that and just kind of have everybody just, come together. I don't know, man. It's like I said, that hearing those couple stories that I think it hit me so hard because it just happened locally, even though I hear that stuff all the time, that happens in other states, and, it's just, and it sucks. Don't get me wrong. It sucks. But I think it just hit just a little bit more close to home because it was like just right next to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, and it is really frustrating. Like let me tell Glad, if you're still on here, man, that guy that tried to run out in front of you, that stupid freaking pedestrian, and he kicked your freaking car, like
pedestrian.
Like, yeah, I must have watched that like 50 times before I made a comment because I was so freaking furious that guy did that. And for me personally, I'm glad that you called him out on that, because that guy could have been your freaking hood ornament.
Should have been his hood ornament.
Yeah, I mean, because when people do that stupid, it's just like, come on, man. It's like, how do you know that guy's not, like, how do you know? He was lucky that, you know what? freaking glad wasn't freaking, you know, distracted behind the wheel. That guy would have been dead, man.
Exactly. Well, the next guy he does that to, the jaywalker, of course, who runs out in front of somebody and gets called out. And then the next time that jaywalker runs after somebody down the street, who knows if the guy he's now confronting has a gun.
Oh, see, yeah, that's the scary thing, man. That's and
you saw the way the tough guy walked away after the confrontation.
Well, yeah, and then the other guy, that flag person or whatever, what was that guy doing? Like, like he didn't want to have anything to do with it, you know. And it's just it's like,
but that tough guy is going to meet his match eventually.
Oh yeah, it's
or somebody a lot tougher than him.
Oh yeah, it's just like you think you're tough. There's always somebody tougher.
Oh, you want me to get out of the car? Okay, and then the guy gets out of his car and he's like, got 20 times more muscle and can slam him into the ground.
Yeah. Well, I guess if that ever happens to me, Napa, it's a good thing I've been watching the Ip Man movies. So.
Yeah. Well, at least we would, if that happened to us, at least we would die doing what we love to do.
Well, you know, it's because I tell my wife, because she is a social worker. So she goes and visits families that are completely just broken down, like really bad. I can't believe like some of the stories she's told me.
Yeah.
And, like some of the confrontations that she's gotten into herself.
Right.
And I told her, I was just like, can you get some protection? Not a gun, but like some pepper spray or like, I was like, a bear trap, maybe, you know, I was like, I don't know. You know? It's like something. I mean, because
like clamp down over your foot if you step in the wrong place.
It's just like, man, you know, I mean,
need that for one of those pedestrians. You see a jaywalker running up to your car. He's got tunnel vision. He's not going to see what you drop on the ground. You drop down a big bear trap and he steps in it as he's trying to bang on your window. I'd love to see that.
There you go.
And then he tries to chase you down the street with a big, heavy bear clamp on his foot.
Yeah. I mean,
blood dripping out. But yeah.
Oh, it's just, I mean, going back to, you know, Glad's capture, it's just like, I'm glad he did that.
Yeah.
I'm really, really glad that he did that because he told him, he's just like, no, I'm not going to get out of the car. And yeah, the guy was all puffy chested. Yeah. And like when he said that to him, he's like, oh, I recorded you freaking almost running me over. No, you didn't, dude. I was like, no, you didn't.
Not at all.
I was like, really? I was like, no, you didn't. You're just all puffy chested and you're all gassed up. I was just like, get out of here, man. You're about as threatening as a freaking teddy bear. Like, what are you doing?
It's kind of like the guy who chased me down the street.
Oh, yeah. I was going to mention that. Yeah, I was like, it's like you freaking saved his life, man. The guy could have.
Yeah.
And then he gets butthurt. It's like,
yeah. When he runs after me, wanting to fight. You know what's funny is the video's been up a while now. I've had a few people come forward who say that they know him in one way or another. One guy worked with him and said that he's always been a major douchebag. And just emotional problems, you know, and always trying to be a tough guy jerk. And then I you know, basically just kind of heard the same thing from other people who have known him in some capacity. So, you know, he'll either end up hurt, dead, or in jail.
Oh, see, yeah. I mean, it's and you know, it's funny. Like, I mean, I guess it goes down to like the way that you call, like, either like a bad driver out or a pedestrian, motorcyclist, whatever have you. Like, you're familiar with Stop a Douchebag, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I love that. We need to start a chapter like that here.
I know, man. I freaking love those guys. And it's so crazy that you mentioned that because I was actually sitting there thinking about asking them if we could start like a similar chapter like theirs here.
Yeah.
But not, of course, it's not that freaking bad here as it is over there. Are you kidding? It's redunculous there.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I just can't believe it. But one of the things that I love about Stop a Douchebag is how civil they are.
Yes. Yes.
They only come with force when it's given to them, if they feel threatened. Like if they pepper spray somebody, or I've been following them for a long time, and I just love how civil they are. They come at people civilly, and a lot of those people don't know how to react. They just come at them. Oh, well, freaking, how do I know you're hanging outside the school? How do I know you're not a pedophile and all this? Like, what?
Yeah.
It's like, what the heck is going on? But you know, I was really thinking about trying to contact them and trying to, you know, like you said, start a faction that's kind of like branched off of theirs, like here, you know. But I don't know, Napa. Like I said, this whole thing has just been an idea that sparked up in my head, because it's just, I mean, I'm tired of it, dude. I'm over it. I'm over the distracted people freaking being on their phones. I'm done. I'm done with it, man. I mean, the last thing that I want to have happen is, you know, hearing about, you know, another person dying, you know, another child losing their mother, or I think now it's a lot more personable to me because I have a daughter, you know what I'm saying? And I don't, and believe me, man, if my wife tells me, she's like, oh my gosh, if you were paying attention, you know, before we even had our daughter, but now she's like, oh my gosh, your head is on swivel constantly. And I'm like, well, I was like, if I'm driving you and our daughter, I'm like, I'm not just responsible for my life, but I'm responsible for your guys' lives too.
Yeah. So tell us how your campaign will be implemented. Like what does that entail exactly?
See, that's the thing.
For anybody listening who might not know.
See, well, that's the thing. It's just, I really don't know where to start, man.
Yeah.
It's tough because I talked to a Motopilot about it, like I was telling you before, and you know, he said he would be on board for it because, you know, he's tired of, you know, seeing that, and he's like, if you could reach out to the motovlogger community, he's like, you would get such a freaking positive response. He's like, use hashtags, he's like, you need to come up with a name and just basically like a symbol that you could put like a sticker on, like the back of cars.
It could be a movement. You can also implement it with a hashtag.
See, yeah.
Like the Me Too movement or whatever. I'm just using random examples here. Sticker, like you said, I think is a great idea. Kind of like the baby on board signs.
Yeah, I remember you sent me that. Like that
as much as I kind of have mixed feelings about the baby on board campaign. A lot of people don't know what it's really about, but you know, something like that. You could sell swag that have the hashtag and the general message on it. You could sell T-shirts. There's a lot you can do with it, and then make a reference to your campaign in every video that you do.
See, that's what I was. That's funny that you mentioned that, the video that I'm working on. Yeah, it's just like I wanted to put a little, just a little short segment at the end of it, like trying to talk about like what I want to do. But, you know, and then again, it's just like I want to get, you know, everyone else involved too that wants to be involved with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So how I have some people asking how they can get involved. And I know this is just in its, I guess, conceptual stage here. But I don't know. Do you have any ideas about at this time how others can get involved? What they can do to help?
Try it. What do you think would be a good name for it, for the foundation?
Oh, that would be a good start.
Yeah, because I mean, it would all start out with that, because, you know, that whole state of mind thing, I was just like, oh, it's just like I kind of ran with it. And then I thought about education of character.
Yeah.
But I'm like, it really doesn't It just doesn't click.
Well, perhaps we can take suggestions from viewers. Maybe they have some ideas about what we can call it. The very first hashtag that I coined was, get this. Let's see, how did my hashtag go? When a driver fucks up, it's always a Prius. Remember, that was a hashtag I did. Of course, it was just a joke. It's not necessarily true, but there's stereotypes about so many different makes and models of cars now.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's you know, it's funny. It's so funny. Like I've even got like there were some people like, oh, you got a freaking Corolla. I hate freaking Corolla drivers. It's like, what? I really don't see that many bad ones. But
yeah. there's a DashCamer. His YouTube channel name's very simple. It's called Bad Drivers. It's just simply called Bad Drivers. And I don't think he normally does compilations. He does like individual clips when he captures something. And he's out in New Jersey, I think. And it's funny how most of his videos have the word Toyota in it. So in his videos, all, good job, Toyota. Good job, Toyota. They could be a Camry, Corolla, Tacoma, whatever kind of Toyota it is. It's always a Toyota. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, whoever wants to, you know, get involved and, you know, help out. Like I said, this just, you know, sparked in my head because I want to take the whole dash camming thing to the next level.
Yeah.
I think that's what DDMC wanted.
Yeah.
You remember DDMC, yeah?
Don't dent my car. Yeah. I remember. Now that I ran the acronym through my head.
Yeah,
I remember him.
He was all about road safety. It didn't.
Yeah.
It didn't freaking matter like what it was. Like one of his videos that I thought should have been a freaking commercial was kids and road safety.
Yeah.
That guy, without a doubt, I'm so just bummed out that he doesn't upload anymore. I mean, he was a phenomenal freaking video editor. Phenomenal.
Hey, my wife has an idea for you.
What's up?
Okay, here it is. My wife's right here.
Hi.
She's just got home. You have to get closer to the mic.
Oh, hi.
What's up?
What's up?
Napa's wife.
One of my favorite things around here is I'm always yelling, "What's entitlement feel like?" Because it's so much entitlement. It's like a disease around here, at least. It'd be kind of cool to have something where a sticker has that word in it, because then people are like, "Eh?" Like, yeah, might make them think about what they're doing and their attitude. But yeah, I could think of something like if I had a sticker on my bumper of my car, I would like it to simply say, you know, what's it like to be entitled? You know, what's texting like when you're entitled to it at any time you want?
Oh,
you know, just that word entitlement for me. For some reason, I want that on a sticker somewhere on my car. Just asking, you know. I don't know. I wish I had that. I wish I had like the marquee on my car that said that. I could just push a button going, "Are you entitled?" Asshole.
Oh.
Somebody remembered your catchphrase.
What's that?
The accurate driver that took a turn too fast, squealed his tires, and you're all, "Oh, baby, you're hot." Remember that?
Yeah, I like using that.
That's when you were turning on a Trancas.
Yeah, I say that actually quite often.
Yeah, with drivers that peel out.
I'll be sitting somewhere and someone will do something and be like, "Ooh, yeah, hot baby." I mean, I don't know, it just kind of reminds me of something. I don't know. I don't think that's original, but I don't think I came up with that.
No.
It's just fun to say.
It is fun to say. Yeah, quite a few of my fans like some of your catchphrases. Yeah, they like your one-liners. There's this one viewer that always says that sweet sailor lady, or sweet lady with the sailor mouth. I just love her. It's one of the guys that watch. But nonetheless.
I always feel bad, like I shouldn't be swearing.
No, you're supposed to swear more.
Oh, okay.
It gives the videos more punch, apparently.
Okay.
So I don't know. Gosh, there's so many so many directions we could go with that in terms of, you know, how you want to implement it. Could I'm trying to think here, kind of maybe incorporate that campaign as some sort of alliance with other dash cammers, maybe, where if you want to maybe come up with a logo for the, you know, a logo and a catchphrase maybe for the campaign that serves as a name for it, and then have a hashtag that goes with that you can use in all your postings, maybe.
Yeah. Yep.
And then any dash camera that let's see, any dash camera that endorses the campaign can flash it on screen or something at the beginning or the end of the video or whatever that says I am a member of such and such. If you want to have it maybe set up as some sort of alliance with other dash cameras. I don't know. That's just an idea.
Well, definitely. I mean, it could be. Wait, you said alliance?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay. No. I'm writing that down too.
Yeah.
I've been writing everything freaking down, Napa. Are you kidding me? I got so many freaking ideas popping in my head, and
yeah.
I mean, I would like to get everybody involved, man.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Doesn't have to just be cameras. I mean, it could be, you know, motovloggers, you know, cyclists.
Oh, my wife just thought of something. She said you can make stickers, but that goes right along with but that goes right along with the Stop a Douchebag movement. You've never seen their videos. My wife was commenting saying, "Hey, we should stick stickers on jerks' cars. Not permanent stickers, but we should stick stickers on their cars." And I'm thinking, well, that's exactly what
no, we should stick permanent stickers. Permanent stickers.
Huh?
No, we should do permanent stickers.
Permanent stickers.
Yeah, if I could super glue people's like cell phones to their hands, and then what do you think would happen?
No, he said yes. No, he said, but yeah, the problem with the laws here is that would be considered vandalism. Unfortunately, I would love to do it, like what Stop a Douchebag does. I don't know. I'm kind of surprised they're allowed to stick stickers on their windshields without legal consequences. Because I know if anybody did that here, it'd be instant arrest, and that's too bad because I definitely think that they deserve it.
No, yeah, definitely. Yeah.
A random clip of a guy saying, "Oh, pendejo." I know. I like that. There's a motor vlogger that puts a random clip of a guy saying pendejo whenever they do something stupid. Did you see my last video? This guy, I don't know if he's in Napa or Vallejo, but he submits clips to me every so often. And the guy was making some sort of stupid move, and he's all pendejo way. Bien pendejo. I don't know if you saw that. It was like towards the end of my video, the last one that I did.
No, I don't think I saw that.
That was funny.
Dude, I've been trying to keep up with freaking everyone's freaking DashCam channels. I'm subscribed to way too many freaking camera channels, dude.
Yeah.
Be a full-time job. But no, what I will say though, Napa, is I love what you're doing.
Yeah, thank you.
All the little names that are you kidding me, man? I've like literally like spat my beer out a couple times like, all over the keyboard. I'm like, what the heck did he just say? No, it's really, really creative, man.
Yeah, thank you.
And I know, Napa, it took you a lot, man, to not put that voice manipulation.
Yeah, you know, there is one of our members who still wants me to do the voice manipulation for his voice for me and his wife, but you know, I got to respect that. But I was really glad to ditch the voice disguise for the rest of us, because I'm like, this feels so much more natural. It's not going to turn people off. Hopefully hearing my real voice isn't like worse than the robot voice. I mean, I might have sounded like a 70s porn star with that deep voice before, but
no, you remember like back in the day when I told you, I was like, dude, I was like wanting you to laugh with that manipulation because oh man. I just wanted to hear that. It's like, hey, get off your phone right now. What are you doing? I just wanted to hear that. Like,
but I think I kind of sounded like Shaft.
Yeah. Yep.
A lot of the youngins aren't going to understand any of these references to like 70s adult stuff.
No, it's
music stuff that found its way into mainstream music, you know.
Oh yeah. It's a different world that we live in today, dude. That's for sure.
It is. It sure is. I have to say, I really miss the 80s.
I miss good movies, dude.
Yeah. Back when movies were good. So pre-19, about the mid-90s is when movies started heading downhill, in my opinion, with overdoing it with the CGI.
Yeah, well, you know,
not that there haven't been good movies more recent, you know, in more recent times, but just it seems like the quality is really back when people had to actually work hard to achieve stunning special effects. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Like, you know what movies got really good CGI, man?
What's that?
Clash of the Titans.
Original. Yeah.
For the time era, like for when that movie came out, heck yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I love that movie, by the way. It's one of my favorite movies.
Cool.
Yeah, my wife doesn't like the movies that I like because she says they're boring and there's no action in it and The Rock's not in it. Yeah, she's in love with The Rock. Yeah. Any movie that has a rock in it, she's like, oh my God, hell yeah. I'd totally marry him and ditch you. Okay, thanks for that.
Yeah. So I'm probably going to wrap this up about 9:30. Going to make dinner at about 9:30. And then get back to some editing and the emails and all that fun stuff, you know. All the stuff I couldn't do while doing taxes. That seems like that takes up...
Wait. You did your taxes today, bro?
No,
Today's the deadline, homie.
Actually, no. I transmitted the filings on Saturday. I wanted to do it just in case there was any problem, and as it turns out today, there was a problem. The IRS's website or portions of it went down, not allowing people to file. Hopefully, they got that worked out. So anybody on the West Coast, you have 3 hours to finish your taxes. This is Napa kicking your butt here. Finish your taxes. If you're listening to the stream and you haven't done your taxes, get the hell off this stream. Close out your browser, open TurboTax, and finish your shit. Because the IRS doesn't care that Napa was doing a live stream. They don't give a crap. No, they want your money. And they want it now.
Oh, yeah, they want the duckus. They want that frog skin, man.
Not at 12:01 a.m. No. Now. Or if you haven't done your taxes and you're listening to the stream and you just really putting it off, just file for an extension. Just file for an extension. They'll give you another 6 months. But you really should do it now. You don't want to learn procrastination from me. No, or because of me, I should say. No, I got mine done Saturday, but running a couple businesses, there's a lot to account for when you're doing taxes. So that's why it takes me a long time to do them. So it's not fun. What makes it a little easier is getting a 6-pack of beer, and that helps ease the pain. So,
hey, since there are some, well, actually, even it doesn't have to be cameras freaking that could do this. Napa, do you remember me telling you about a weekly live stream?
You might have.
It's been a while, dude. It's been
to remember, I have a goldfish memory.
It's been dude, it's been a really long time since I mentioned this pretty much to anybody.
Yeah. So run it by me again.
Oh, I mentioned it to Vista DashCam too. Shout out to him, Vista. Freaking love that guy. He makes awesome freaking videos.
Yeah, what happened? I haven't seen.
He's been really busy, man. He's been really busy with school and work, and I do chat with him every now and again, not as much as I would like to. But I did, kind of spring this up to him too, is that I would like I want to say the DashCam community, but anyone that wants to get involved in trying to make a difference, not only like with the campaign, but something that I would like to also just, I really want to start this too. I know I got to take one thing at a time. My brain's going 10,000 miles an hour, but
I know the feeling.
I would really like to start a live stream every week. With it could be, dash cameras, it could be motovloggers, motorcyclists. It doesn't matter. I don't care if you have 0 subscribers. Anyone that has like a pet peeve of theirs on the road, or if they're into cars, they have like particular builds or mods that they've done, I mean, anything to bring. I mean, I guess it's just about bringing people together, man.
Yeah, I agree. You should do that.
It's just about bringing people together, and it goes back. What's that? I'm sorry.
Oh, so you would host the live streams on your channel, correct?
No. This would be hosted by anyone that wants to host it.
Oh, okay.
Anybody that wants to. I mean, we could get a group together, and but there would have to be rules, though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
There would have to be rules. I mean, for one, no trolling. You could say what you want to say, but it has to come out correctly. It has to come out civilly,
and no burping into the microphone.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding, but you do whatever you want. Just whatever rules you come up with.
I mean, it would just be like a collaboration. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it's something that goes back to when the Project Road Rush days. I don't know if a lot of you guys know about that. That was a forum that DDMC started. You remember, Napa?
I remember you guys talking about it.
You're
talking about it, but
it kicked off. It did really kick off for a little bit, but once Google Plus took over freaking YouTube, once Google Plus came into play, that's when Project Road Rush pretty much disappeared.
Yeah,
and it sucked because a small group of us, we were doing this like right now, not live, but having video chats every single night.
Yeah. Well, Google likes to fix things that aren't broken.
No,
what they really like to do is break things that aren't broken.
Yeah, it's like, are you kidding me? Like, I couldn't even get in this freaking. I was like, what happened?
Yeah.
I'm like, I can't hear anything. I'm like, I went to the settings, and I'm like, really? Like, really? Like, really?
Well, you're here now, and you worked it out.
Well, it's
like you said, I was about to call you, and I actually dialed you. And I guess it hadn't rung yet because here you were. You managed, you got in, and everything. You got it all worked out. But I guess they've changed a few things since you were last in here.
No, everything has changed, dude. Like when I uploaded that last video with that lady going off the road.
Yeah.
That took me. I was like, what the heck? I'm like, why did they change this?
Yeah.
It took me a little bit too long. I was like, dude, what? It's probably because I don't upload that often,
Yeah, probably. That's probably it.
Well, you know what? I am in the works on, number 36. So
nice.
It's gonna be a monster. So
nice.
It's gonna be.
You like monsters?
Oh, dude, it's to give you a little hint. You know the target that I use.
Yeah.
I'm going to use some Transformers sound effects. When that target comes out.
Yeah.
So, and I've worked it out in the video software. It's actually really easy to do. But yeah, Vegas, you always learn something new, right, Napa?
I'm sorry, say again?
You always learn something new with using Sony Vegas, huh?
Yeah, with Vegas. Oh, absolutely. It's like,
it's like, what? I didn't know this did this.
There's so many features I'm still finding out about like 12 years later.
No, yeah.
A long time.
Yeah, using the same. It's like, what do you mean this did this? You know, but yeah, Napa, I would really like to try to get the community more involved, like just having a live stream every week. And
what's the easiest way for folks here in the community to contact you? I don't know if you have an email address you want to give out or
yeah.
Okay. And so you can speak the email address. You can also type it here in the sidebar.
Yeah.
When people go back to watch this live stream, it'll actually show what the sidebar was showing at the time.
Okay.
So it plays it in real time along with the live stream. It's a pretty cool feature. So you can go ahead and tell everybody and also type it in.
There it is. And no, that is not boner. Everyone mispronounced.
I was just thinking that.
See? I called it. Just like when I call the freaking driver that's going to change lanes. No, Napa, don't you love that when you see like you're like, I know what you're going to do. I know what you're going to do.
Oh, absolutely.
I know what you're going to do. But it's so weird because my wife was just like, how did you know they were going to do that? I was like, you could tell from a freaking mile away.
There are a lot of different signs, sort of body language in a way of the way they are moving their car in very subtle ways that you can tell that they telegraph what they're going to do, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So I guess that would be pronounced T-Bonner 555.
Yep, you got it.
All right, not boner.
No, I got made fun of.
I know. Of course, my mind would go immediately to that. It always goes together. But
hey, you know what? It's one of the that happens to be my last name, and yeah, I'll never forget it. Something out of a movie, 6th grade. Okay.
Yeah.
Right out of a freaking comedy movie. I got an award right in front of the whole school. Right. I was like, all right, it's going to be great. Well, the principal mispronounced my last name, Touchant Boner.
Oh.
Yeah. So I had to go all the way up.
Oh, darn it. I've been trying all this time reminding myself, don't say his name. Don't say his name live.
No, there's a lot of people that do know my name. So
I don't have to hold back anymore.
No.
Oh.
Because it was actually in my Tibonius monk days.
Oh, okay. It's been so long. I wouldn't.
Yeah, that was ages ago, dude. Wow. Remember my alien avatar?
I don't even remember that actually.
Okay.
I do remember. I used to watch your videos all the time.
It's a good thing you don't remember that avatar. It was
still do, of course.
Terrible. So were those old videos, man. I was reminiscing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or just absolutely.
But it was
terrible.
Very clever play on words. Tibonius.
Yeah.
Because obviously Thelonious Monk, and then the T-bone, bad drivers, and then kind of mashing those together. Tibonius Monk. I love it. Was based on Thelonious Monk, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
because it was so hard for me to, I don't want to say get the attention of like other cameras, but they were just kind of like, what the heck? The alien head? Who is this guy? You know? But
oh God.
But
Maryland's mom stopped a guy whose name was well, I guess if you pronounce it as if you're speaking French, it would be Le Penny. I don't know.
Oh, Le Pinesse.
Le Pinesse.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Love it. But anyway, go ahead.
No, just going back real quick, dude. It's like I know you got to get off here soon.
Yeah, 9 minutes. We have 9 minutes still.
The just having, trying to get like a weekly live stream, dude.
Yeah.
Just for everyone to get together, again and trying. I know for a lot of the cameras, I know the DashCam community is, it's saturated. I get that. But at the same time, for cameras like me, it's not. It's like I still want to try to, bring all of us together, even though I know it's hard and it's, I don't know. I'm thinking back to the old days, man, when there was only 20 of us around.
Yeah, I know. The olden days.
Yeah, yeah.
And then, because it started with the Big Bang, and then before you know it, there's like 1 million of us now. Expanding at an accelerating rate, just like the universe.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, it's nuts now, man. Are you kidding me?
Huh?
I mean, yeah. Like my sub feed is just absolutely freaking flooded. I'm like, oh, this person. It's like, what the heck is going on? And then, trying to support everybody too. It's like I do my best, man.
Yeah.
And I know I don't comment, on a lot of videos and stuff.
I don't either.
It doesn't mean I don't watch them.
Right.
And it's just so freaking hard.
I do want to echo that sentiment that I watch videos. I watch as many as I can, but I cannot watch them all because I am so busy. It's just packed. So I sit down. Sometimes I only have an hour to watch videos, but I don't always comment. But when I do, I don't always drink Dos Equis, but when I do, however that goes.
Well, it's yeah. I mean, when I comment on videos, like I try to make it, worth the creator's while. You know what I mean? To let them know that I paid attention to the video. Like when I put timestamps in,
yeah.
It's just like I've actually gotten comments just like, "Oh man, you just explained the whole freaking video." Well, because I watched it, dude.
Yeah.
Because I'm paying attention because I know this person put some effort into making this.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't I show them that type of appreciation and respect?
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
It's just like, I mean, there was oh gosh, yeah, Dallas DashCamer. I freaking love that guy, man. I'm so glad he didn't quit. And actually I have a couple clips in my next video.
There's a couple. I'm sorry, there's a couple of them. You're referring to the one with the orange cone?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I love his just how he has that cone like in his clips, like you can see it like on his dash cameras.
You've seen the joint videos that he and Cammy have done.
Oh yeah. The little
reaction videos.
The reaction videos. I think those are so funny. Even freaking Cammy was saying, he's like, oh, when you come out with the next video, you better get ready. And I'm like, oh geez. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. Oh, I do want to bring something else up. Like Bad Drivers of Austin says that she feels bad leaving a comment that's sort of half-assed. I feel good when people let you know they paid attention. That's a thing I struggle with when I do comment. Sometimes I do leave a half-assed one because I don't know what else to say. I've been watching videos for so many years. I've kind of like run out of original things to say, and now a lot of times I'll just put in great show, great clips, great compilation because I don't know usually what else really to say because I've already said it for the last 12 years. So now I've been picking a boilerplate kind of thing that I just stamp on each one that doesn't make it any less of a video. Don't worry. Right. It's not. It's just I might be really watching it when I'm tired in the morning, trying to get going, eating breakfast. That's mainly when I watch the videos. And I'm usually still kind of waking up. And Well, actually, no, it's not that I just got out of bed. It usually takes me like 5-6 hours to totally wake up. It takes me a long time. When I get out of bed and go to work, I'm not, I'm not awake until halfway through my day.
We're getting old,
I mean,
we're getting old.
And so I'm commenting on, either eating breakfast on a day where I don't have to work right away, or I've been working and now I just need to take a break and eat early lunch or something. And I'm just like, I don't know what to type. I just don't know. I watched it. The video was awesome, but I just don't know what to type. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's, yeah, I mean, I do feel the same way too. It's just like because I've said things, over and over and over and over and over again. Like,
yeah,
when it's like I can't write a comment without saying "mang" in it. I don't know why.
That's okay. Yeah, no problem with that.
I don't know why.
At first, I was confused. Like back in the T-Bonius monks, I was really, okay. I'm gonna tell you straight up. I thought
you're like this illiterate, non-spelling mug.
No, I actually thought maybe you were Asian. I actually thought maybe you were Asian and didn't speak English that well. Because, like, why does this guy keep writing "mang" and what does "mang" mean?
Oh, come on, "mang."
and then once I started watching your videos more, I'm like, oh, okay. I was just being stupid. Because I didn't, it just took my watching your videos for a little bit to come to the realization, that it was just a thing that you say and not like a butchering of English or anything like that.
No. And then then it's too, my love for Scarface too.
Yeah.
I mean, one of my old school favorite movies. Love it. But yeah. Thank you. And you know what? I text the same way too. I text in full sentences.
Yeah.
I don't. I do not use what is that one that freaking Stephanie told me about that one, the TMI, and I'm like, what is that?
Oh yeah.
I was like, what is that? Is that like some show on like Netflix?
It sounds like it could be.
And she's like, what? She's like, that's too much information.
I just had a TMI.
I was like, what? What happened? Or the SMH, and I'm like shma? Is that what you're shma? Is that what you're trying to say?
It's a generational thing, bang.
Yeah, well, I actually heard some freaking teenagers talking like that, man. No offense to anyone that's
in text lingo.
Yeah,
that's odd.
No offense to anyone in the side chat that's a teenager.
Generation Z or Y or
I don't know. Oh gosh, they were like LOL.
Oh, what is
IDP
stand for? I don't know.
Like, what the heck?
Yeah.
I'm like, are they translating some type of like Sumerian? I'm like, what the heck is going on?
So funny when somebody verbalizes LOL.
Oh gosh, it was so bad. They're like, OMG, like Kirsten, oh my god, I need my Dre beats right now.
That's a good impression.
And I was just like, what did they say? Looking at my wife, what are they talking about? She's like, you don't want to know. She's like, you don't want to know. Just save your brain. Just save it. And I'm like, oh God. I'm like, what are Dre beats? And she's like, you're an old man. You're an old man. Like, she's like, just stop it right now. You don't know what Dre beats are? I was like, I know of Dr. Dre.
Ooh, I can hear the dinner bell going off. I'm gonna I hate to cut the stream short because I usually like to stay on for hours at a time, to be honest.
It's all good, man.
Just a lot going on. But when I cut the stream, it'll no longer be airing publicly, but you'll still be on. So I'll still be able to wrap it up with you after I cut the stream here. So just hang tight here. So I just want to thank everyone for tuning in. And you have now, if you're on the West Coast, you have 2.5 hours to finish your taxes. Yes. I'm going to be that haunting voice in your head, guys. until you do your taxes. Get them filed. The longer you wait, the longer it'll take for you to get your money back. So do it. Don't wait. So good night, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the stream. And if you have any ideas for DCE's campaign, please shoot him an email at the email that he listed up above. So you know what? I'll post it in the description of this live stream after I end it. I'll put your email in there so that they don't have to scroll all the way up to find it. All right. So thank you all for tuning in. I will do another live stream at some point. I don't know exactly when. Things have been really busy for me. So good night, everybody.